Eastern Michigan doing the unthinkable.
Huge potential here.
He gets one, he gets two.
That is beautiful, beautiful front to back right there.
Up 3-1 Eastern. Looking good, feeling good. Life is good.
Welcome back, gamers. It's been a long time, but you know what it is?
It's been a couple months.
It's time for Winston. EMU Overwatch is back. This is our first stream since like the fall, right?
I was gonna say it was
think
like
so.
November, December.
It's been way too long. It's been way too long. But finally, we are back. We are ready to watch EMU destroy their opponents again. I think it's going to be good. This is going to be good. Last season was a little rough, but let's take a look at our schedule, and then we've got a lot to talk about. It's been a while. So okay, today Eastern Overwatch versus the Troy Trojans, and then tomorrow, Marvel Rivals Eastern versus Minnesota State, and then followed up the next day by Valorant versus Florida International, and then of course, a couple days to build anticipation for EMU Overwatch again against Captech Chargers, and then a Marvel Rivals game versus someone. We'll find out. Yeah. But there's.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of things about TBD.
TBD is a big team. I've been hearing a lot of things. Toby determined star player on that team. Oh, we've got so much to talk about.
Yeah, so
there's been so much that has happened both with the team and with Overwatch in general since we stopped.
I was gonna say, if our last stream was like November, we've had 6 new characters since then? Because you had the 5 released this season. Vendetta.
Who was before Vendetta? Was it
Wu Young?
Yeah, it was Wu Young. I don't remember.
We did see some Wu Young.
Okay, but 6 new characters. Okay. Let's set the stage. Season 20 was kind of the end of last year, end of 2025.
Yeah.
Kind of a nothing burger season, right?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot happened. Vendetta launched, was pretty broken. Everybody was not happy with it.
No.
Not really a whole lot happening. Game was not in. The game was in a good place, but it wasn't very exciting.
People were bored.
Yeah. I remember that was a season that a lot of us took some time off and we were playing other games.
Yeah.
Subnautica 2 playtest is fire. I'm going to send you an invite.
I'm inviting you.
But then I knew, I trusted, I believed, I knew that things were going to happen. And lo and behold, we did not get season 21. We got season 1.
Yes.
We're no longer season 20 of Overwatch 2. We're back in season 1, back to Overwatch. They dropped the 2. Don't need it. Enough aura just from the name by itself.
Yes. We've got 2026 season 1.
So this season, if you're not aware, is the beginning of a lot of lore drops.
Yes.
So they are doubling down on lore. They released 5 new characters, which we're not going to be able to talk about any of them in depth enough with as much time as we have, because they all deserve a lot of time. We obviously have to talk about the cat.
Very funny.
But doubling down, player numbers went through the roof. 5 new characters. There was a cinematic again. The cinematics came back.
Cinematic, a lot of short stories, a lot of...
Doomfist is dead. Dead.
Big air quotes on dead.
Yeah, he doesn't have a hero description in the hero gallery. That's my favorite part. That's my favorite attention to detail, is that everybody else is like, this is Diva. She protects her home of Korea. And then Doomfist is just blank.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
He was thrown out of a building after having his Doomfist cut off.
He's no longer Doomfist. Now he's just Doom. He has no more fist. It's gone.
I was going to try and remember his name, but I cannot remember what
Akande. Akande. I don't remember what his last name is, but I know that much. I know I'm lore guy, and I don't know the last name of Doomfist.
How could you?
But okay, so let's talk about the team real quick. We still have, I believe, there's been no changes to our roster since we last saw. Still have Otzel on the tank, Rage and Blue on DPS, and then Rose and Nyx as our support lineup.
Yes.
And honestly, not that much, I think, has changed with the meta. Actually, shockingly little with all the shakeups.
It kind of depends on how you want to look at it. We are still playing a lot of the same stuff. We're still on a lot of the Zarya, a lot of, bubble cycling with Rage diving in. Except now, instead of it being Reaper, a lot of the times it is Vendetta.
Yep.
Vendetta it's very oppressive, easy get in, easy get out, very big damage numbers. There's not a lot you can do about her other than hope that your Vendetta is better than the other one.
Yeah, she's gotten a couple of... a couple of nerfs, a little bit taken off the top, but she's still, across all of the ranks, she's banner pick. Like, she's either banned or she's picked. She's in everything. She's running the meta pretty hard. I don't know if she's exclusively running the meta, but she is doing a lot. She's very, very apparent. But I'm thinking specifically the support. The support line has not changed. It's going to be Kiri. It has not
changed, I think, since Overwatch 2 released. It is still Lucio. It is still Kiri.
We had a brief respite of Juno Brig.
Very brief.
It was not long enough, but
they took Brig, or no, they took Juno out back and shot her.
Yeah. That's so sad. It's so sad. Because she's fun. She is very fun.
Look, I am a Lucio player. I like Lucio being in the meta. It gets stale.
Yeah.
He has been meta for 95% of Overwatch's lifespan of it's coming up on a decade.
Oh God, yeah. It's
this
just
May. It is one decade of Overwatch existing.
I mean, between speed and his mobility and beat, like, it's just there's a reason he's been meta for so long. Even when they try to like give some other characters speed boosts like Juno, she takes over for a bit, but then he's just such a solid character.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
too much of a good
reliably
sign.
has speed.
Exactly.
Like with Juno, you've got, I don't know off the top of my head what Ring's cooldown is, but you've got, those 10-ish second gaps in between where you just cannot speed around. Where with Lucio, you have to wait for Amp's cooldown, but you still have that passive speed boost that he can apply.
Exactly. It's more consistent. I mean, the double speed comps are always very funny, especially when it's like a diva. You just go flying across the entire map. But the backline is pretty much the same. A lot of Kiri, a lot of Lu. I think if Kiri gets banned, we do see some of like Brig come in a little bit.
Yeah, we see some Brig. We usually, if we see either Kiri banned or Lucio banned, we will shift over to that Juno Brig. Just Kiri doesn't work really well without the Lucio because, Lucio kind of enables the comp to move around while Kiri's the one providing a majority of the heals. So when you lose out on either piece of that, they kind of, because Lucio cannot sustain the team on his own, Kiri cannot move the team around on her own, so you just shift over to that Juno Brig for that
They come
stability.
together so well, and they don't really need to peel for each other because they both have such good escapes.
Yes.
Between the Suzu, the wall climb, and the TP, love Kiriko, and then wall ride and amp. Like it's very difficult to catch that backline. But I think still a lot of Sojourn for our hit scan. Sojourn has fallen on ladder. Like the ladder picks are not as good anymore. But still very strong in. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Cass either. But it looks like we are going to see our bans starting to come in. First map, an old classic, Lijiang Tower. Oh, how I've missed you. Gonna go out on a limb. I think second map, Kings Row. I'm gonna call it now, Kings Row. Kings Row, not in the what? Kings Row.
I wouldn't be shocked if we go to Midtown.
Midtown. I could see Midtown. Kings Row not in the map pool. What kind of Mickey Mouse tournament is this? Give me Kings Row. I want it. They are banning Kiriko, so we're not going to see the backline that we were just hyping up so much. I mean, I know we're all heartbroken to not see Kiriko map 1.
From what I hear from our support players, they much prefer being able to get away from Kiri Lu sometimes, getting onto that Brig Juno, just to mix it up a little bit.
That I've been scrimming with Bluke, Silver, Indigo, and Grumpo again. Scrimming. So it's so fun. Just doing it for fun. Yeah. But we've been doing that, and we scrimmed like twice, and then Bluke and Grumpo are both like, can we like run some things besides Kirilu? Because we're getting a little bored here. And like, you know what? Entirely fair. Let's have fun on just like Juno Brig, because it's just it's more fun when you're not pigeonholed like that.
Yes.
Still waiting on our ban. I would not be surprised if we banned like, I don't know because we run a lot of the Vendetta too. So I would not.
I mean, I could see us banning the Vendetta, just map 1 and forcing it into like Reaper.
Maybe.
But
yeah, we'll see what we cook up here. We'll see. But we've got some time to talk about the new character still.
I was gonna say the first character I thought to bring up, because there's a non-zero chance that we do end up seeing some of him, is Emre. You know, former Overwatch operative, now with Talon after being corrupted by his chest piece.
Yes, man, there's so many characters. I keep forgetting about them. I think
Emre has very quickly risen in the meta after launching in a very weak state, getting some compensatory buffs, boosting his damage numbers. If you play him well, he can be very oppressive.
It's especially as a tank player. We're banning Junkrat. Okay.
Oh, we're going crazy.
It's, you know, trust and believe. But yeah, I would not be surprised to see Emre or even the cat coming out. We'll have to talk about more of them in between maps, because it sounds like we are starting to get into the map here. But yeah, Emre he's just burst fire, similar to Baptiste. A lot of damage, especially if he is pocketed. It's very oppressive.
Yes.
His secondary, he plays very similar to old school Halo, is what a lot of people have been telling me. But he has a perk that every time he hits a shot with his secondary, he gets its time extended and he heals from it. Very, very oppressive. As a tank player trying to kill an Emre, I do not like it. But let's look at the comps that we are running out on. Like we said, that Juno Brig, and yeah, the Reaper, the Zarya, and the Cassidy.
I am interested that we are going on Reaper here and not Vendetta. I don't know if it's more just, hey,
maybe
it's first map, let's play some comfort picks, get, you know, locked back into, you know, the match, but
we're gonna see. It is a Zarya mirror. Honestly, maybe just relying on our ability to burst down that Vendetta. We are going in with our first Reaper TP bubble cycle.
They do have a very interesting, a very good target here. That Ana, no mobility there. Very good target for our team to go on.
And that's going to be the first pick of the game. Their Vendetta going down early, which is going to give us the advantage. Blue and Otzel taking out their Cassidy and their Ana. The Lucio quick to follow, followed by their Zarya, and that is going to be a very clean first point in our favor. EMU, we've got the charge on the Zarya too. This is looking pretty good. I like this opening.
You know, I'm really interested in, I was about to say, I'm very interested in the Ana pick here. Swapping over to that Juno, they are running a double speed comp here. They're going to be looking to engage very quickly on us, looking to catch us off guard and catch us when we're not in a stable position.
And Blue catching another early pick is, if they are down one like that, the Zarya dropping, we're going to be able to burst her down. Rage and Otzel just pincing on their front line. They can't do anything about it, and that's going to be another fight win for us.
Yeah, no, the Juno pick early on is very good for us. That is a majority of their healing, and it seems like we're playing a bit of Mystery Heroes here. We are off of Juno and onto Moira now.
Okay. You know what? I trust and believe that Troy knows what they're doing, but that is an interesting pick. Off of the Vendetta as well.
Yeah, off of the Vendetta
Reaper.
onto Reaper, and I believe we're on Cass and now they're on Soj.
They're full team swapping. They're not quite sure
they
what
have
they're
swapped
running.
everything but the Zarya and the Lucio, but
and that Moira is going to go down again. And we are just going to have to back up, give a little bit of space. We've got the fight going. We've got our first ults coming on board, but I don't know if we're even going to need to use them. Blue sitting way in the back, getting a high noon on, getting real low, getting that both the Reaper and the Lucio. That's another fight win for EMU. We're looking at 78% on the board. We might be able to just pull this into last fight territory. We got Grav. We're ready to go.
I was going to say, you can see we are absolutely lapping Troy's tank player on Grav here. We've had Grav. we've had Grav for about half a fight. They were at about 35% before this fight started.
And there's the Grav at 92%. The beat comes out to answer it, but we've also got the Reaper. My favorite character is the Reaper guy. We are trading out 1-for-1 on both sides. The rally coming out, and Troy not able to touch first. Very, very clean. Good job, EMU. That's my team. That trust and believe. This is what it's going to look like.
Watching Dix turn around in their chair.
You got the. Come on, don't leave there. You can't leave Nick's hanging.
You know, that was very clean.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, this is a lot, like, outside of the support line, I know they like playing these characters. It's not what they usually play. The rest of this, all comfort picks. The Reaper, that Cass, that Zarya. Those are the 3 best characters for Otzel, Otzel, Rage, and Blue.
Yeah. Very, very comfortable. Looks like we're rolling out on the Mauga from Troy.
We're on Mauga Bastion.
Mauga Bastion. I want to know what they're cooking. I want a taste of it. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's burned. We'll see.
I can only imagine maybe they're looking to just burst down our Zarya, but...
Maybe, but those are some very good targets for Rage to be going on. And but they do have the Sojourn. We only have the Cassidy. That's a lot of damage coming out of Troy. But we are going to be able to burst down that Bastion, full charge Zarya, maybe melt that Mauga. Rose does get taken out, but we trade out their Mauga for it. It's a wonderful trade, and EMU has got the numbers advantage, and we are going to be able to take the point. Nice headshot, Rage. And we are going to take some space here. That's just... We're doing exactly what we need to. TP that Reaper in, we bubble Rage, let him get all of the shots that he wants, Wraiths out, just rinse and repeat, and they just can never take any space because of it.
Yeah, no, we're playing this push-pull very well. We're disengaging when they start using their abilities, re-engaging with ours, getting those picks very nicely.
And Otzel sitting at 100% charge, not letting it go down below 99. The Bastion immediately popping as soon as he peaks. The Mauga having to charge out, trying to keep himself alive. The Brig going down, and that Mauga is going to go down as soon as our Otzel reloads. And that's just going to be another fight win for EMU. And they're making it look easy.
And you can see it again. We have the ult advantage. We have Grav coming up. They're not even halfway to Cage. We're off of Bastion. We're back onto Reaper. We're off of Soj onto Bastion.
I'm not quite sure what Troy is doing, but they're cooking something up. We got Rage going in there, getting half health, fading out, beautiful. The turret already coming out of the enemy Bastion. We're going to be able to just walk on them and kill. I mean, if they, oh, come on, hit the grab, hit the grab, hit the grab, do it. You don't even need to. The Mauga just runs in at 1 health, melting into that full charge Zarya. Oh, I know you want to do it. No, good. I felt it. I felt it in his bones, in my bones. As a Zarya player as well, that was a juicy grab. Very good to keep that ult charge up. I mean, we're looking at last fight territory again. We've got 4, almost 5 ults on the board. The High Noon does come out. I'm not sure if we're going to find anything for it. Almost, but a lot of space, 80%.
Pulling that Mauga low.
And I think we're at the point where we can just throw the grab in. Oh, didn't have to do it to him.
The Ray, just not enough. You know, we die just as we're getting as Troy dies just as they're getting Rally online. It's, you know, Rage falls down to that Juno.
Like that. Throwing in my
match,
streamed match. But that's going to be the first map for EMU. Beautiful.
You know, absolutely clean. Just not really any notes to provide there.
What do you? I don't think. I don't think that Troy took point a single time, and we've got Otzel.
It's not shocking to see the tank play of the game here. Otzel being given all the care in the world from his supports.
Absolutely full charge already with the grav, just melting down through them. Just beautiful. Like that.
Like textbook Overwatch.
Exactly. I'm a little. There's a couple of things I noticed. So when you're playing at these more organized levels, and you have teams that play one role, like you've got players that are dedicated to one role, you've got dedicated team comps, you know what you're doing on every map. It's very practiced, very rehearsed. They know what they're doing about all of these scenarios and how to deal with counters and all of that, which means that you typically don't see a lot of swaps unless it's very calculated and also very necessary. You also noticed that Troy swapped quite a bit.
I don't know if we saw them use a single ult that map. They were swapping. We saw a Ray right at the end after they got grabbed, and it was kind of, if this has to work or we lose the map.
Yeah. So I'm a little... To me, that indicates that Troy may not be as disciplined or organized, which has always been EMU's strong suit.
Yeah.
Because we have always been individually not the highest ranked players. right?
Right.
I mean, that goes back to even like when I was on the team, when you were on the team, like we always had. Hey, I said when I was on the team first. Like it was never, you know, we didn't have a roster of top 500s, right? That was never the case, which is usually the case for these teams. But when you take a bunch of players that are competent and they know what they're doing, and you put them together and you let them be a team and you teach them how to play the game as a team, it's a completely different game.
Yes, it's completely different than playing comp with 4 randoms. It is organized. You are planning on when you're using your ults. You're planning as when you push as a team. You're planning what utility to use and for what.
And you have responses for things. And so when somebody decides to kind of abandon their station, go a different character that you haven't really practiced with, it's not necessarily something that you sacrifice a bit of comfort of your own individual as an individual player for comfort for the team. So this is something that, like, I mean, we've seen on EMU for a very long time that it's not, no individual player is hard carrying, right?
Right.
It's a
you might have
collective,
someone have a carry-esque performance.
Yes.
But
it's typically that the team is built around that person on that character carrying.
Yes.
It's not like, you know, we don't have, I'm going to pick on Blue. Blue's not just going to suddenly decide, oh, I'm just going to start hitting nothing but headshots and be like, oh, the rest of the team can just do whatever they want and basically throw the game because, oh, Blue's just going to carry us. No, the only reason, like, Otzel here is at full charge, full health, is because he's got really good rotations with his Reaper. He's being kept up really well by his supports. His angles are being
utilized properly.
Utilized with the casting. Yeah. Everybody comes together and does it well.
I hate to cut you off here. We are getting ready to go into second map here. We're going to Flashpoint. We're going to Atlas.
Oh, it's so blue. It's so blue.
Well, we've got the home field advantage. We have blue on our roster.
It's so true.
They did ban the Zarya. They do not want to face off against Otzel Zarya.
Honestly,
I respect it.
We have forced so much Zarya down that poor man's throat that, you know, I wouldn't want to face his Zarya either. His Zarya, and especially tied with Rage's Reaper or Vendetta, very, very strong.
Zarya is just something we are very comfortable on. In response, we do ban Vendetta. We don't want to use it. We only use it when we play it with that Zarya, just allowing Rage to have those engages with the bubbles, giving him free util.
Oh, yeah. It is looking like a ball comp with a Mei. That's a very interesting comp out of them. And we've got a little bit of a brawl comp going on with the... It looks like staying the Symmetra on Rage. The Kiryu, of course, coming out. And
that's an early pick from Otzel there.
Early
I
pick.
am not sure why their Lucio was there.
You know, they're doing a little bit of scouting. And now we're just going to stack stable slow. Just turn our numbers advantage into more space.
Nyx does fall to the cast in the background.
And we are unfortunately going to get taken out. We're overextending a little bit. That ball, I think, knocked our backline a little bit farther back than Otzel was prepared for. So the first point is going to go and get capped by Troy. But, you know, now EMU has their head on their shoulders. They know what they're facing. They know it's looking like a ball comp, so they can appropriately deal with it. And we are rolling into the next fight. The wall coming out on Otzel, but Otzel is able to stabilize, trying to get that ice block out of the Mei. Ice block does get popped. Nyx, unfortunately, going down, and we're going to have to chill and wait for them to come back.
Blue looking to see if he can get a pick on the way out.
Blue is flailing that gun around. We might be able to walk on that. Not quite. The ball is going to keep our backline in check, not let us walk too easily. Looks like we're going for maybe a rotation here. We're a little bit lost. Going underneath. We'll see what we come out with. We do have the high noon. Ults are starting to come up on the board. The wall does come out.
Yeah, no, you're...
And that Mei's ice block is going to come out the freeze, but the Mei does get... and the TP does get us out of the freeze a little bit, but not all the way. We are able to take out their Kiri, but trading out Rage. Their Lucio going down to Otzel, and it looks like this should be 99% for
that was
Troy.
an interesting high noon.
You know, sometimes you just press buttons.
You know,
and that ball does go down, and it's going to flip over to EMU at 99% for Troy.
You know, and I will say, once they have control of the point, I feel like this comp gets a lot stronger. It is
absolutely
a lot harder to retake on this comp versus, you have the point, you can just hold up at that choke, stop them from coming in, especially on that ball comp, super mobile.
And the ball is going to come in, go for the slam. The wall comes out, blocking the Kitsune, but we've still got most of it. The ball is very low, going down to Blue's right click, and that's going to be a tank pick for us. We just got to chill and wait it out. We are at 45%, just not give up any of this space, making use of that shield. That shield's breaking fast.
Also looking to find a pick here if he can. Gets walled off, able to squeeze out.
But is able to get out with that form, and now we've got both teams coming back. We've got 4 ults on the board. The High Noon comes out, answered by the Kitsune Rush, finding a pick on that Lucio. Finding a pick on their Kiri as well. That's no support line, and that's going to be their DPS as well. Mine's on point.
But that ball falling
NACE.
incredibly low.
And we are able to take out their Mei. As long as that ball dies, we should be fine. Oh, I love it. I love it.
playing a bit of Minesweeper.
Otzel playing Minesweeper with his face, because you know what that does? That lets Rose heal him up on Kiri, gets us a rush faster, one of the strongest ults in the game. I love it. And it doesn't even give them ult charge because it's his...
yeah, because Minefield is active, he can't be charging ult while that's happening.
It's, beautiful. It's those little details that really make the difference, because that... she's at 66% ult charge now. It's going to be a big difference. Big TP rotation here. A little bit lost trying to find the team, going for the wall on point.
That wall will allow us to kind of gain point control here.
Going for a TP on their back line.
You got ball on point, Rage focusing him down.
Looks
Putting
like
those sentries up on point, just trying to control it.
Very scrappy fight. Trading out their Mei for our Nyx. Poor Nyx is just getting traded left and right. And it's a High Noon duel in the back there. Well, not a true High Noon, but Cowboy duel in the back. Trading out both Cowboys. The ball is going to be able to take out Rage. The Suffer comes out.
Able to find that Kiri. Ooh, that Lucio falls low.
Otzel is just trying to do everything that he can to sustain on the point. I believe he's got Rose there, keeping him up. And it's going to flip it in favor of EMU.
You know, that is the benefit of this Ramatra Cup, is that as long as we have a support up, we are incredibly stable. It is hard for them to dislodge us from this point. It is hard for them to kill anything.
Exactly. The Kitsune comes out, trying to take out that ball. Rage does go down. We are still in control of point. That ball is very, very low, but we are able to take out their soldier as well.
You know, I did hear a High Noon in the background. I'm not sure where that was, but I don't know if it got anything.
And Blue is getting absolutely nightmared right now, but is holding his own, getting the healing, getting those flashbangs off. Otzel just raging through their backline.
Might be getting a little deep here.
Getting very low, but you know what? We're fine. We're stable. We've almost got our Suffer back up. We've got three ults on the board almost, answered only by the mines coming out of the ball, as well as they do have Kitsune. 91% for us. We are able to contest point and sustain. The Kitsune does come out, answered by the beat and the High Noon. There's a lot of things going on here.
That Nyx felt very low there, almost Ajaxing the beat.
My Nyx would never Ajax. The Cassidy does go down. Nyx stiffing the Lucio.
That's both the supports down for Troy. Down goes Soldier. It's just the ball left here.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know, these fights are, because it's a ball comp and it's a Kiri Lu with a Soldier, like, Troy's team comp is very spread. Like, it's hard for us to really go on one.
I don't know if I'm seeing this right. I believe we have swapped to Junkrat for Troy.
You know what? Trust and believe. Trust and believe.
We are off of the Soldier for that.
Sometimes silly characters you don't play into very often, and somebody's got a pocket Junkrat. You know, it happens. That ball is going to melt. I can hear it from across the room. Everybody wanted that ball dead.
That ball did not have a good time. Getting focused down like that, it is never fun for anyone.
Nope. And we are going to try to take that Junkrat down, but a Junkrat in a small room. Oh, Otzel fallen very low. But we are able to
take the point in favor of EMU. Rage is going to go down to that Cassidy, but we are still ticking up on point here.
You
We're
know,
a little spread.
Otzel finding 2 on the side somewhere, finds a 3rd.
Otzel is just going on adventures, and it's just working. This ball just keeps going, trying to duel our
Ball
backline.
falls down. Blue manages to find that Lucio as well.
But you know what's happening? It's hard to kind of see because everything is so spread, but I think there's a little bit of a backline trade happening. Neither tank is really peeling for their backline, and more so just going to destroy the enemy backline, which is
Thankfully,
working for us
our
in our favor.
backline goated, managing to keep themselves up even through the dive from the ball.
Otzel is getting a lot of free picks here. You know, the Cassidy and the Lucio.
They don't have an answer for him.
Yeah, I mean, the Junkrat can deal a lot of damage, but if Otzel is playing around it properly and hitting all of those shots from the additional 25-player kill streak, I don't think we've seen Otzel go down since, like, first fight.
Yeah.
So, and that is going to be
And even
third point for EMU.
I was going to say Nyx does fall there, but we had an ult advantage going into that fight. That was not going to be an easy fight for Troy to win either way.
Not at all. This is looking very good. Like I said, our team comps, I think, are really shining here.
Yes.
We're playing a much closer brawl comp here, specifically, with the Ramatra, the Sim, the Cassidy. You know, Kirilu is just the back line.
You know, it was, you know, the map a little shaky to start off with. That was, I believe that was more just us being caught off guard. Don't really scrim Ball a whole lot.
Ball is just a weird character, man.
You don't expect it to come out of nowhere.
Yeah. But once we got ourselves on our feet, you know, we took proper advantage of it. And Atlas is a map that is pretty good for Brawl. There's not a lot of high ground to contend with. There's a little bit. But it's usually pretty accessible for all characters. It's not like a Numbani or something.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like the point with the most high ground is that initial point where you've got, you know, the balconies around the point.
Where once you drop,
down,
it's a little bit hard to get back up there.
But yeah, no, it's really just the team coordination out of EMU that I feel like is really making this match look a lot easier than it should be.
Absolutely. I mean, credit where credit is due. Otzel is absolutely running it down on their backline and winning not just 1v1s, which you'd expect a tank player to be able to do.
Right.
But winning 1v2s and 1v3s. Like, it's, you know, he's getting a lot of value out of it because the ball is, you know, going for his backline, and his backline is able to,
Our backline is sustaining through the dive from Ball. Their backline is not able to sustain through Otzel's push.
It's a twofold thing, right? Because the tank, you're playing separately, but you're playing together. Because what the tank needs to do is the tank needs to be able to rip through their backline fast enough, right? But your backline also, the longer they can stay alive and not get ripped through by their tank, the enemy tank, the longer your tank has to work with, right?
Right.
So if you have a really good tank, and they can just absolutely destroy the enemy backline, then okay, your backline doesn't need to live as long because you can win the fight faster.
Yeah.
Or you can have a weaker tank player, but a really strong backline that's just not going to die, and then that tank player just has all the time in the world to go and eat through that backline.
Yes.
But when you've got a really good tank player and a really good backline, it's so difficult to win any of those trades. And when you're playing Ball, that's a lot of what you do is go for those trades where you're just harassing the backline. You don't end up interacting with the enemy tank that much, especially like a Ball into Ramatra. So it's just those backline trades, and we were winning every single time.
Yes.
Honestly, in no small part to Blue. Blue was doing very, very well with using the hinder, flashbang. There it is. Waiting out that Ball's shield, the shield perk that makes him not be able to get hindered, and then of course like our actual support backline just living through it, keeping up our tank and our DPS players, and sometimes you need somebody to trade out, and if you're going to trade out anybody, you want it to be your Lucio that's going to come back faster.
Yeah.
But we are going into Havana. They are banning Cass, fair, and we are banning Ball, good.
Okay.
Don't even want to see it. Don't want to deal with
No,
it.
I don't like casting ball because he's just going everywhere that I can't verbally keep up. So this is going to be a little easier. Expecting to see some sort of poke comp on Havana. I mean, it's Havana.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we still end up on Kiri Lu. Back on the Zarya. We're back on the Reaper.
And there's
We've
Emre.
got some Emre.
Emre, yippee, yippee.
Now, I don't know. I know there was some discussion about, wanting to incorporate a bit more Emre into their scrims. I don't know how much we've actually been able to do that so far. I know a lot of it so far has been a lot of Soj, a lot of Cass.
Yep.
So I don't know if this is a, hey, we've had a little bit of practice on it. Let's see how it goes. If it doesn't feel good on the first point, we'll swap over to Soj. We'll swap over to Cass.
Yeah.
Swap over to something more comfortable. Just get the match done, and we'll put a bit more into Emre during scrims.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was something that they were maybe a little less comfortable on that they want to try just because they are up 2-0. And then they can swap if they need to. Troy is running out on that Junkrat again. So we will see. The Junkrat into the Zarya is going to be pretty good for Otzel and Rage to get a lot of charge up. We'll see how Blue feels playing Emre into that Sigma. Might be a little bit difficult.
Rage
Wonderful
getting
pick.
in there, finding one. Blue cleaning up that second kill.
And they were just not ready for the aggressive Reaper TP. And that's just, they just walked through him. They just walked through him. I think this is going to be first point cap. TPing into position. Honestly, I'd say just 3 on, just cap this.
Because their Sigma not going to be back quickly. Ashe also not back all that quickly. Kiri, yeah, they could get back a little bit quicker, but
I mean, maybe their Junkrat touches, but their Junkrat's just gonna die. Yeah,
not expecting
so
the
sad.
Reaper in the high ground. It's
the rock does come out, but gets bubbled, and that's gonna be first point for EMU.
Sig
Beautiful.
falling low, not able to really touch the point, has to back up, does fall there.
They are just not ready for the Reaper TPs with the bubbles.
We are switching more creative characters off of Junkrat onto Vendetta, off of Sigma onto Domino, one of the other 5 new characters from this season.
Wrong Ven character. That is Venture. That is not
Venture,
Vendetta.
not Vendetta.
Domina is also a new character. Plays similar to Sigma a little bit. Another poke tank. Has a sphere, half circle shield, and a little bit of a Lucio boop and a small, like a Sojourn E-esque ability.
Unfortunately, still falls the same way as Sigma does when a Reaper is walking you down.
Honestly, I would say that she even falls easier, so it's a little bit of an odd swap. We do see the Bastion come out. I don't know if we caught that before, but into a Reaper, I mean, quite honestly, it seems like they're swapping into characters that are even more susceptible to the comp that we are running. So I think it's got to just be some comfort swaps coming out.
We're off of Venture now. We're on to Reaper. Still on Domina. I really don't like the Domina swap here.
The Domino swap is just, it's going to be rough with the bubble. I keep forgetting to test it, but I'm pretty sure the bubble will stop Reaper from getting pushed back by the Domino's push.
I believe so. I want to say we saw that interaction.
And it's just, the Domina has a huge hitbox. The Bastion has a huge hitbox. I mean, we are just running it down here. There's not even a whole lot to call here. We do have 4 ults on the board. Poor Nyx has been relegated to being payload princess and is not able to get a lot of ult charge. But you know what? Most valuable member on the team is the person pushing the payload. Otherwise, all that space doesn't make sense. I'm looking to see some ults here, I would imagine.
And as much as I hate to say it, even if it's not really something that you're all that comfortable on, I feel like if you're Troy's tank, you gotta swap to Zarya.
You gotta swap to Zarya. Honestly, even a Reinhardt, I wouldn't mind. The Emre ult does come out of Blue, trying to get that Reaper, but unfortunately it does go down, getting a little overzealous there. But Otzel comes in to clean it up, doesn't leave his buddy hanging. This is gonna be maybe a 4-minute cap. We'll see. I don't want to cast a curse.
Don't jinx it.
Third point Havana is notoriously difficult to get through.
Bastion on a high ground angle.
But there's going to be no turret from that Bastion anymore. If we get a TP, oh, I can see it. Oh, I can see it. My favorite character is the Reaper guy. Special move, honestly, one of the best in the game. And so he comes equipped with these 2 revolvers that only take about 3 or 4 shots to actually execute a kill.
You can see the Wu Yang can't even do anything, just walking back into spawn.
This is why he is very powerful.
You saw he came in from the side.
He came in from the side.
He is especially powerful when he does that.
Christ. Cleanse us of our sins. I saw that. Rage was in such a good flank position right there.
Yeah, they knew he was there. They had thrown some poke at him. But when you get grabbed, there's just not much you can do.
I saw, even before that grab came out, I saw them all congregating high ground. I saw Rage give him some of those bedroom eyes, and you know what Rage is thinking. He's thinking, oh, that's a juicy, juicy Death Blossom. And then Otzel saw it too, and that's why we ripped the grab. But honestly, I don't think we even need the grab there. But also,
I mean, we did get one
well.
grab damage kill.
Yes, it counts.
Love to see that.
But beautiful, very aggressive. They are not letting off the pressure, and Troy just doesn't know what to do with that much pressure. We're going faster. We're making faster decisions because our decisions are rehearsed. We know our team comp. We know our roles. We know, especially a lot of this team comp and the Zarya bubble style relies on very tight coordination between our tank and our flex DPS.
It does look like we're going for a spawn hold here.
A spawn hold in 2026. Oh,
Rage on the Vendetta this time instead of the Reaper.
They just want to be. They're ready to end it. They just want to say no. We're done. We're ready.
And call it an early night.
I'm fine with it.
Rage just chunking down the Zarya. Lucio not able to do anything against that Vendetta.
And they are just, we're going to see if they can do anything. The DPS picks have been kind of questionable all night. I'm not really sure what they expect to do with that Bastion. The Reaper, I can understand they're trying to mirror, but when you go into a mirror comp, if you try to run the Reaper Zarya into our much more practiced Reaper Zarya, the practice is just going to win. What a slash. And Rage is walking on sunshine right now.
That Curie just getting denied access to that spawn room.
This is a little mean, guys. This is beautiful, though. You know, we've been on the other side of this. It happens.
It doesn't feel good.
It does not feel good. But you know what?
Being on this side of it, beautiful.
It's when you can get away with something like this. Nyx with the headshot, and that I can hear their comms from across the room. Hear Nyx wanting that Zarya dead, and
Rage. Rage, I know you have ult coming up, but you can't do this to them.
They're scared to walk out of spawn here. I mean, I know that there were reworks a while ago to be able to deal with this, because Havana was one of the favorites. I mean,
you're teleporting in on Reaper.
You're going 1v5. There were some reworks on Havana to try to prevent this type of massacre, because it was actually pretty common on Havana.
Yeah.
The correct thing to do was to just waste as much time keeping them in spawn as possible, because it was very difficult to get out. And then once you've burned a lot of time and you die, you switch to your actual comp. So you would see a lot of the time like a Reinhardt, Bastion, Baptiste,
Brig, Bab.
just to full hold them as much as possible. And poor Troy has words for us, I'm sure.
None of them are nice.
No, and deservedly so. They have gotten a full 6 meters out of that payload. Okay, Rose does go down. Finally, they're able to make some sort of progress. Nyx is also going down, but trading out their Zarya. Rage is able to get out.
Even then, we can back up. We have Kiri and Lucio coming back. 2 very fast characters. We get easily another 2, maybe even 3 fights. That's
the Blossom
big Blossom
does take
on
out
the blue.
Okay, they have broken out of spawn, so now we can begin the game for real. But you know what? We're beginning the game with a minute left. Rage coming in, slamming down,
not able to find
missing,
anything there.
Trying to hit too many at the same time and missing by threading the needle. That Zarya is isolated. We are going to turn on her and just blow her up. The boop to keep her in. Rose hitting that dink, and Otzel spraying on the corner. Oh,
the disrespect is crazy.
They know what they are about. ult's coming up. They do have Nano. Is it going to be enough to break through this hold? They've got 20 seconds. We're looking at last fight territory here. The Kitsune coming out first, getting both support ults out of Troy, answered by Nyx's beat. And that Bastion has got everybody on him, dying through a Nano.
Through a Nano.
And I can hear them calling the Czar. You know they're having fun when you can hear their comms across the room through stream. And that is going to be OT, and it looks like that is going to be a 3-0 for EMU.
You can hear Nyx yelling in the background there.
Nyx,
I mean,
you know, I've known Nyx for a good couple years now. They have consistently been the energy provider on the team.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about the buttons you press, it's about the
words you say.
The words you say, the energy going into it. And, you know, you can just see Rage is just, you can see it. Having
Rage is getting to hit
ball.
every button on his keyboard. No worries in the world, not a care to be seen.
That just wonderful, beautiful. I think we are gonna get a guest here. Ooh. Who are we getting?
You know, you say Nyx is the energy in the comms. Having spent some time around EMU when they're scrimming, a lot of times it is Rose is the backbone of the comms. She's the one keeping them going, getting those comms started. Nyx will be loud, and sometimes that is what you need.
Sometimes you need a frog yelling in your ear, going, yeah! Because that's the only thing you can do to just, especially if you've just lost like a bad team fight, got 3-0'd, like you just need somebody to bring the energy. And we've got our wonderful guests coming in.
I think the headset's on the like footstool over there.
Ooh. We've got Rose on
got the
stream.
Star Flex support for EMU.
We're gonna.
I don't know. That was quite a performance today.
How did that feel?
Great, honestly.
Yeah,
You'd love to hear it.
So what were we expecting before this game? What were we expecting from this?
Going into it, we usually before matches we'll look at the other team's ranks, be like, okay, this is how we can gauge our skill against theirs, you know, whatever. And one of their players was gold.
Okay.
So we were like, okay, cool. Yeah, you know, this should be interesting.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're so used to going to map 5s. Like, I don't know if you guys mentioned it. Like, our first game, we went to 6 maps. You know, our match last week, we went to all 5. And so, like, not having to go to all 5 maps is great.
Being done in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, it being on the other side of a map of a match that's that fast. Because we've all scrimmed. We've all been on the side that's we're already done. This time it was we're already done.
Yeah.
It feels very different.
Yeah.
So was this? I know I was talking to you a little bit about it before, but was this was not a 100% expected, like, yes, we're going to go in and we expect this result? A little bit? You were expecting it to not be a
struggle.
As Ranked puts it, an uphill battle.
Yeah, we didn't expect it to be an uphill battle. Like, we looked at it and we were like, this might be pretty easy in comparison to, you know, the almost full GM roster we went against last week.
Yeah.
You know, we did not get a chance to mention that given how quickly we were going through maps. We didn't have a whole lot of chance. You guys did beat a team of GMs last week.
Yeah.
Yes. Not even last week. Like 3 days ago.
3 whole days ago. Yeah, in the beginning, they sandbagged, which is crazy. And
the disrespect is crazy.
In Varsity Plus, that's crazy. And so they put in all of their, like, lower-ranked players, and we then won 2 maps. So we were up 2-1, and they probably realized, they might actually be pretty good. Let's switch in our GM players. And, yeah, they had 3 GMs, a Masters player, and a Diamond player.
Yeah.
And so we're like, all right.
And it do not matter.
Yeah, it do not matter.
I was saying that on stream in between one of the maps is that EMU historically has not always had the highest individually ranked players. It never has. But we've it's always been our strong suit of ours that we work well together as a team.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that we really saw it this time. I mean, there was obviously some very impactful individual plays. Rage looked like he was having a lot of fun on that last map.
Oh yeah.
So there are a lot of individual plays, obviously, but only because the fundamentals as a team are so solid.
Yeah.
It's something that, like, you know, it's not always taken for granted, but it has been something that has been EMU's strong suit for a long time. So, I mean, what were the comms like? I mean, we could hear some of it. We could hear Nick's.
Yeah.
Nyx knows how to get loud.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Genuinely, I think it was one of our, you know, better, I would say even like hands down our best comms I think I've heard so far this season. Like, we're, you know, making sure we're all tracking and fight planning, we're calling those stables, you know, genuinely, like, it felt great. Like, we were all on the same page, we were all calling the same targets, you know. Yeah, it just felt great. It was a good match.
And
That's what you love to hear.
I specifically saw some, you know, I've been around. I've been casting for a while. I've been watching your guys' scrims occasionally. I'm familiar with some of the things that some members of the team have historically been told to work on. That's how I'm going to word that. But, like, I saw you dealing a ton of damage. I saw you getting picks. I saw some very, very, very tempting ult scenarios for Otzel that even had me on the edge of my seat, like, don't do it, I know you want to do it because I want to do it, and I'm not even playing. that Otzel was able to keep the control, and even when you guys were up and doing really well,
that was so disrespectful.
That you guys were not overextending. You were not you were doing the things that you have struggled with before, and it results in matches that are this good and feel this good. I love this.
Oh my God.
I love this so much. My favorite character.
He came in from the side.
As soon as Rage ulted, we all went, the Reaper guy!
My favorite character. Just very, very fun gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much more fun to cast when I can tell that you guys are having fun, and when there's just silliness going on.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I want to ask, what did you think about some of their silly character choices?
Yes.
They brought out the Junkrat, the Bastion, Venture very briefly.
As soon as we knew going into it that they were possibly going to bring out the J Silly, and I was like, no. And then it was real. It was real, and I was like, okay, I guess. You know.
Did you see that on Lijiang? I think it was on the second map. They swapped Bastion players.
Yeah,
one person rolled out on Bastion, then they swapped to Reaper. Their Soj swapped to Bastion.
No, I didn't notice that at all. I was too locked in. I won't lie.
Yeah,
I could not care less.
I don't think they ulted on first map.
Yeah,
I don't think you guys gave them a chance.
They were.
No.
See, that's one of the differences, is that you guys are clearly a more practiced team together. And
Yeah.
I was saying that earlier, is that when you have a team that practices together, knows what to expect from each other, relies on each other, has a plan going into it, it makes it.
Hello,
Nyx.
chat.
Come join us, Nyx.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Yeah, you might just sit
I
between
was gonna-
one of us.
No, I will sit.
That.
Oh my God.
oh my God, and
Wait.
Otzel.
Wait.
Otzel's in here too.
I'm getting
Everybody's
flashbacks to
here.
EMU JV.
Oh my God.
So what was I saying? When you guys
Hell yeah.
are a more practiced team like this, and you have the scrim experience, and you play with each other, and you know what to expect from each other, and you can rely on each other, you give up some personal play, right, to be able to play together as a team, and it shows so much.
Yeah.
Like, they were obviously making comfort swaps, and they were not playing truly as a team, because they were just passing off random characters. They could never really build a proper ult economy before you guys just steamrolled them.
Right.
Like the combination of Otzel and Rage's bubble timings is something that they've been working on for like
The
2
entire
years now,
year,
something
yeah.
like that. Like it's come together by a lot. And like there's all of these. Oh, you know what I loved? I loved on first point Atlas, you walking into the mines very slowly, face clearing them so that Rose could build up Kitsune. I love that so much. And it's the little things like that that build up together as a team to show that you guys know what you're doing, and you're min-maxing everything. And that's how you can just walk in, have a game like this that it just is suddenly over.
That's right. And, you know, going into this game, like, we were worried that because we had a previous match on Friday, we had to reschedule.
Yeah.
Going into this game, not being able to scrim right before the game, it was a little tough. We thought about getting maybe a scrim team together or something, but we went in. We're a pretty practiced team. We practice quite a bit. We've been really working on it. Really, we've been really chatting about what's working, what's not working, synergies, and I think over the last really 2 weeks, we have really transformed into a considerably better team.
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't be any prouder of the team.
I love to hear you say that because it's the team cohesion makes such a big difference when you're having fun with the people that you're playing with, and like, I can do this and get away with it because my team is good. Like especially on Atlas, I was calling out on stream. You were backline trading with the ball a lot, and you were getting we would be spectating your backline or the ball, and there's the whole fight going on where the ball is just trying to get your backline, and then we just see bing, 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 as you take out their entire backline. And I was telling Vinny on stream, it's because when you have a strong tank player, they take less time to kill the enemy backline, but when you also have a strong backline, it takes their tank longer to kill. So when you've got both, and your backline is not dying, and then your tank player is just rolling over the enemy backline, it makes everything so smooth and easy. It's very fun as a tank player.
Yes,
it's very fun.
It's very fun.
But
Trading backlines is the best thing in the world. It's the best feeling in the world.
I mean, Rose was ping-ponging around the map.
Rose was
speaking to my Vinny,
Rose was,
real close.
Rose is ping-ponging around the map, and so all I have to do is just stick to the walls, and I just circle around the point 4 or 5 times, and the ball doesn't do anything.
Exactly.
The ball was in such a useless matchup.
Yeah. And not Otzel, but Blue did a very good job of peeling for the backline on that Cassidy enough that
zoning.
Yeah.
With his noons, he was doing
That's
really
right.
well zoning off. Nice.
that they banned the Cass.
They did. Respect Vanda Blue. I did the same thing.
On Havana, when we were full holding, I hear the Bastion ult, right? We're like, okay, where's it gonna go? I was getting hunted by that
It was waiting for Rose to stencil, then it hit, and then she teleports away, and then it goes ding.
Yeah.
And then it sues her, and it was just.
It's they. I'm not gonna lie, little disrespectful to hold them that in spawn that long. Little disrespectful, but you know what?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
We've all been on the other side of that. Doesn't feel great. Feels very good to be the ones that can just lock them in their room. Nope, you're in timeout. Go away.
You're grounded.
Rage was having a blast. I could tell.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But you guys had a fantastic game. We get to see you again next week, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think.
it's like
Yeah.
Cap
Yes.
Tech.
You better win that game.
better.
Yeah.
I will cry if we don't.
Yeah. It's for those of us that don't know, Rose's birthday is next week.
Monday.
Okay.
So for her birthday,
It's a
she's going to be
must-win.
You're gonna
streaming
win
for
an
you
Overwatch
guys.
game.
Yeah.
So you guys owe us a win for that. Make it a good one. Don't win too hard because it gets a little boring for
right.
stream if it's just like, oh, they're just gonna roll over.
It was real hard to cast map 3, guys. Like,
yeah, like
there's only so many times you can say, man, they're really holding them in spawn.
yeah. But fantastic game. Love casting for you guys. Very fun. You
Thank
guys
you for
gave us
casting.
a great game. So I think we're gonna You know what? We didn't see any Winston. That's
No
so
Winston.
sad.
Unfortunately, it's not a very Winston-friendly meta.
It's
Yeah.
not. But
Just kind of gets blown up.
still, I want my Winston.
Can you at least pick him and spawn next
Yes.
week?
Yeah, I got
Please.
you.
Okay, thank you.
I'll-
Oh, it's Winston! It's Winston!
Yeah, get Winston. Everybody else go the tanks that can head pat. Everybody give Rose Winston head pats for her birthday. But that is, I think, going to wrap up our stream for us. Thank you all for tuning in and watching EMU absolutely roll through Troy. Tune in next week where we're going to have Winston. It's Winston. Guys, Winston. Winston is there.
Winston is there.
Thank you for the support.
Thank you,
We appreciate
stream.
it.
Bye, gamers. Bye.
Bye, gamers.